I'm just going to use some white Pan Pastel on the back of the image, and I'm going to trace a few markings about where the eyes, the nose, the paws go, the major points, and then I'll draw in some freehand lines. Limited palette. This is my limited palette except for the gray and the black. Um, I have a primary color or a Zorn palette, and I have white, and I have blender and 2 shades of gray over here, and here I have, let me take this off so it won't glow in your eyes. Ugh, okay. I have violet and violet shade, sienna shade, sienna light, umber. I have a silver and a pearly white, and because they have pearlized colors, I have a light gray, and I have the black as well. I'm not going to, as I said, I am not going to work with a limited palette in this instance. I want to be free of that kind of blending. There will be blending, but I want to be free of that kind of blending. And looking at the dog, you're looking and saying, where in the world is there purple? I see purple in the ears, in the black. So I'll be adding the violet to the black so I can bring that up. In real life, she's princess. She's royalty. Of course she has purple in her. And I want to put a little, along with the white, the pearlized white as well. But then I'll be doing the background with dots and things from my sponges. And let me share with you, put this out of the way. Let me share with you materials that I'll be using. I have a variety of sponges, some from Soft Tools, some from cosmetics that I got at the local grocery stores. Okay, because there's so much white, I'm going to start with clean ones. These are finger sponges because they're about the size of half of a finger. I don't know if I'll be using them or not, but I want to have them out. One has a flat edge and one has 2 rounded edges. Okay, I have this I'm using on the back of the picture so that I can transfer the pastel onto the back and then do the transfer of the image. I have 2 tiny eggs, and I will use these for background as well as a little bit of work within the body. And I have larger ones, but I'm going to go ahead and have one of those out. I'm using it in the background. I also have this, which is a cosmetic. It's from Echo Tools, and these are all for applying cosmetics. Has a flat edge here. I don't think I'm going to be using it, but I wanted to share it with you. Okay, and I have this one, which is a triangular shape on both sides, and this, which is the triangular sponge, which is what I used primarily to do all of the work on the cardinal. Now, let me set that aside. Other things I just got yesterday. This is from Hilifty. Okay, and this is a small set. It's a pie shape. Everything is comes to a fine point. It's a little bit softer than this is, but not much. It's also a little bit wider. It depends upon what you're doing, but I'm interested in seeing how they work, so I'm going to have that one there. Okay. Let's flip you over here. Another exciting thing I got, I don't know that, I'm trying to think of the name of the company. These are mini sponges, also for applying makeup. You can wet these and then apply cosmetics to them. Use liquid cosmetics on them as well, and they'll expand in size, but I'm only working with dry things. Now, there are 2 kinds. The whole one, which is what I have here, but then they also have something with a flat surface, so you can pull it this way. I'm going to bring out a couple of the flat surface ones. And I have these in a larger size as well, but I don't need that for what I'm doing. So anyway, and I didn't pay. I'll put down the links for these. I'm not an Amazon affiliate or anything. I don't make any money from it, but I'll put down where I got these so you'll be able to shop for them there or get information about the product and shop for them anywhere you'd like. Okay? Now, this holder came with this sponge and a couple of others. So if you're using, when you're doing cosmetics, if you're applying the cosmetics, you just lay it down here and rest it this way or rest it this way so you don't get it all over everything. But I kind of like it. So I'm just going to have this sitting over here to the side. Okay. Now, other tools. Don't know if I'm using them or not, but other tools. These are the soft tools. I took the round and the oval one. They're fresh. I have a fan brush. This is for pastels, although any soft fan brush will be just fine. These are also pastel shaping tools. Actually, they're silicone, and you can use them to draw away the pastels. And if you're using them with paints, you can use them to extend the paint in fine lines. I don't know which I'd want to use. I have several, but I wanted to use, I thought, a point. So I'll be having these. It's a size 6 and a size something. I guess it's a 1 or 2. They're 2 different companies. Okay, but they look the same. Okay. I'll be using a white charcoal pencil from General. This is also a soft applicator tool. I wiped it down so nothing is coming off of it anymore, and the cap is replaceable. Okay, I have a sponge, a rubber eraser, and these are also cosmetic applicators. Sketch pan. You can use these. There's a flat side and a round side, so you can sort of roll or drag. I don't know if I'll use them or not, but this is the one I thought I would probably be using, the smaller of them. And this is the medium size. Oddly enough, the medium size one is harder than the other 2. And I think possibly, and I don't know why, or firmer would be the word, not harder, but firmer. So I have all of these. I have all of my pastels. I'm going to set these up here for now. And I'm going to figure out where I'm putting these. Have to work this out a little bit with a little bit more coordination and sense so I can work with them. So let me bring my gnome Christmas mug over here, and I will put all of the long tools into this. So I have these, okay, and I will put all of the sponge applicators over on my little porcelain tray. We have a store in the area, and you can find these things in places like Bed Bath & Beyond and probably Target. But it's called Old Time Pottery, and they bring in at low prices a lot of different items, including, but not limited to, kitchenware. And I have several things in white porcelain that I purchased from them that I use in watercolor painting. And this I use just for holding materials. It's perfect. It's got a little edge. Nothing will fall off of it. And it cleans easily. So I'm going to put this up here. I'm going to open this up this way. Oops, didn't do that well. Lift off this. I'm going to fold it briefly and put it to the side on my pile of stuff. Oh, again, it's called Color Block. It's 230 GSM, so it's a nice hardy paper. I like that. It's a hardy paper. It's cold press. You can use it for watercolor. The other side, pick another, is smooth, but it's a little too smooth. It is smooth. This is smoother, to me, is smoother than the smooth side of the Canson papers. So I'm going to be using this. And let me open that up. Let me put this here. Whoops. Sorry about that. I just made you rock all over the place. Okay. And we've got this all set. I have this here. So, and I'm going to get the sponge. I'm going to fill it many times. You can use, it doesn't matter what you're doing. You can do this. You can just get a single white, because I use the Pan Pastel white and pastel chalk and pastel pencils all white to do some black and white images. It works beautifully. But if you have it, or you can take a piece of white pastel chalk and rub it on the back itself instead of graphite pencil or transfer paper, and you don't have to spend extra money on it. Okay, and then I'm going to set that about center. Okay, and I need my tape. There's a piece of washi tape. A piece there. Washi tape is really excellent. It very rarely pulls up paper with it. It comes, it's a paper tape, and okay, so I'm just gonna sort of put in the paw here and see if it comes up. Yep, it came up. Okay. I'm going to use the white pencil to put in the little white of her eye. I can manage that without breaking anything. And there's a little area here that's lighter. I just want to differentiate that. Okay. And then to help me along, I'm going to put in highlighting with the pencil. If I were working on something really giant, I would do it just with the pastel tools. Okay, that's happy, and I'm picking up the wrong pencils. Oh well. I keep picking up the water. Oh, here we go. They're right in front of me. This is a charcoal pencil, black. And it is actually darker than the paper. I want to This is my starting point. And okay. Alrighty. And the white again. Okay, I'll come back to work on that again later, but right now that's set and it's holding my place. And I'm going to take a touch of the black and a touch of the purple. And I'm going to come over here to the nose. I didn't draw out the entire nose. I just know where it is. And let me bring in the shade. And let me bring in the violet. Oh, here we go. Okay. And a touch of the white. Again, the fine detailing will come later, but I just want to have the indication of where it's supposed to be. And when I'm putting it against white, it'll be a lot easier to discern. Okay. And then we have the little paws over here. Okay. And oops, did I mention that I have paper towels? My preference is always Viva signature cloth. It depends for any of the mediums that I'm using. And if you need to wipe down lenses, your eyeglasses, this is good too, but then I can wipe off the excess. Okay. And I want to get a touch of violet. Whoops. And a touch of the blue. Of the white, I'm sorry. And right around the edges of it. Okay, I am. Oh, yes, it occurs to me I'm going to have to bring the red in too, but that's later. Okay. This is for the pink around the edges. Okay. Just bringing this in very quickly. Doing the face. This will require buildup, of course. And I'm leaving that hint of purple, violet. And whatever will show up, because she's royalty. And this comes down closer. Okay, there we go. Now, while I think of this, because I don't want to forget that I need it. Let me get the red out. Okay. Ready? Okay. Now let me take a touch of I know you can't, I'm so sorry, I don't have multiple cameras running and I wouldn't know how to set it up if I did. That I'm putting the sienna light over that purple. It blends together, it's still there, there's a wonderful color. I'll be moving more into it later to darken it, but this is it for right now. And under the nose, I want to take a touch of the sienna right there. Okay, and now wipe that off. Yeah, the sienna is a perfect match for Delta. And I know you're thinking, when is she going to start using the sponges? Well, this is my first sojourn, or maybe my second technically. And I want to lay down what I can with the base. I'm not really concerned because this isn't going to be a realistic piece beyond when you look at it, you know that it's Delta. I also own more than one of this, so that if I was working back and forth with two very different colors and I didn't want to wipe them off, I could just switch back and forth like I would with paintbrushes. Okay, let me bring that black in here. Because this is blacker than the paper. I'm working on the very tip. And for that, okay, you're not going to be able to see my pastels, my palette. You're just going to have to take my word for it. Okay. Okay. And now, take white. I'm going to take the blending tool on the tongue. Okay. And the red and the white. Okay. And then a little bit more of the white over here. And along this edge here. And I'm going to take a touch of the violet, a touch of the red, to make that darker crease and the shadow. See, this is the truly delicate work that I'd mentioned before somewhere to somebody, possibly not on YouTube. Okay, I'm not, and I know that I'm not going to be able to do that really delicate work. But I can at least do it well enough with the style that I'm doing for it to make sense. And I touch the black. And yeah, don't use too much black. I've always used black. I blended it with other things. Sometimes I use just the black. You just do what you have to do to come up with what you want. You know, sometimes I just add a color to it so it has a tint to make it warmer or cooler. Look at her. Is that a cute face or what? Okay. And I'm going to white. And a little couple of teeth here. Okay. And just moving back and forth between with the red and the white. Okay. Happy with that. We won't be staring into her mouth for long. Touch the white. Okay, so it's good visible edges, not quite as delicate as the triangular sponge. It's a little bit more touch there, but let me take a touch of this. Let me take the shiny white over here, the other side. Actually, let me do it like this. Okay, and then get my eraser. Okay. So, that going through. I'm just going to bring in the pencil here. And we're back again. And I'm going to use the chocolate and the purple over here. And the black. There, and right here, I need to erase that and get this little piece here and a touch. The sienna goes right there. Let me take a look at my silicone tool. And give a look here. It's going to move this around a bit. Now, Let me take this again. Let's bring up the black. The purple, oh, violet. I keep calling it purple. Well, purple, violet, whatever. Okay, and that's lovely for now. We do the other ear. Oh, while I'm on this side. Okay, now let me borrow the glycine paper from the other side. I need to do that upper ear. Yellow ochre, and this one is raw russet. I think try those two. Okay, these are from Caran d'Ache. I also have Derwent, and I have General, and I have Faber-Castell. I experiment, try all of them, use them at different times. I find I do better with a softer pastel pencil on top of the Pan Pastels. It's not the same for everybody. Some people, a lot of people like to use the Carbo Levo, not the Carbo, that's a medication, the Stabilo. I didn't enjoy them. There was something about it, the texture of it, that just didn't work for me. Like I said, everybody's different. Everybody's got their preference. And I think, to tell you the truth, it was the way it scraped the paper. And then I take the ochre for a little lightening here. It's very loose. I'm not holding the pencil very tightly. And let's see. Let's the russet. And the white. Okay, and let me just and um, okay. Just to let you know, we're not done yet. there for the moment. Okay. Now, put these out of the way. Get my eraser. Make sure I'm erasing away any extra pastel. I'm going to add a fixative to this right now. And once I've added a fixative, see, you know, like the bright thing to do is to do the background first, or at least some of the background first, but not me. I'm not sure how much of a background I want, except I do know I want something. But I'm going to with my option up, and I see my issues to begin with. Now I have applied fixative, but I am now going to work over some areas. Take this one. Bring this down. So and I realize that I have made her too wide. So we're going to use this. Okay. Be bringing back out over here, so that's not a problem. And we're using the black to erase. It doesn't matter that it's in shades of gray or anything. It's doing just fine. And I think, I'm trying to figure out, well, up here too. I'll be bringing it back out, but in the meantime, here we got some gray hair. All right. Yep. All right. And we take my triangular tool. Okay. And just bring this up here. Okay. Now let's see what we're doing. Okay. Okay, that's much better. fine. Now, let me get my tiny egg, and I'm going to start putting in some background joys. I'm going to start with the silver, and I'm going to do small little circles, some perfect, some not, all over. They will appear to be behind the dog and in front of the dog. And now, we'll take the other side, and we're going to do larger circles. And the larger circles, because of their size, will appear to be closer. Okay, and then I'm going to take the larger one still, okay, and let's get that out of the way. Alrighty, and I'm going to put some in front of her, but I'm going to have hair coming over it, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, let's see. So I've got lots of lovely silver bubbles. Looks like she's playing with them, doesn't it? Less to me. Okay, now